Well, hello there, nerds. This video will be a recap and review of the second episode in this final season of Star Wars The Clone Wars. This episode was called A Distant Echo. I'll start with a recap of the major events that took place in this episode, so if you haven't seen the episode yet, beware, there will be spoilers, so I suggest going to watch that episode and then coming back to this one. After the recap, I'll give my opinion and thoughts on the episode, as well as some fun facts and maybe a few predictions I have for the season going forward. Make sure you stick around for the review because there were some major events that took place in this episode, and I'll be going over them, and you won't want to miss that in the review. But okay, let's start with a quick recap of Episode 2, A Distant Echo. After discovering that Echo may be alive, Rex, Anakin, and the Bad Batch set out to Skako Minor to search for him. Once they land on Skako Minor, they are confronted by the locals. The locals of this part of Skako are a primitive race called the Poltecs, and they worship flying reptiles that can be seen throughout the episode. One of these Poltecs, riding on one of the flying reptiles, captures Anakin and takes him back to their village. Once Rex and the Bad Batch rescue Anakin, they continue on their path towards Wat Tambor's separatist base on a part of the planet called Prakal. Once the team reaches the top of the tower that Echo is believed to be on, they split up and search for him. They find the room that they believe Echo to be in and all gather together. And while Wrecker, Hunter, Crosshair, and Anakin battle separatist droids outside the room, Rex and Tech enter to find an empty room with an active stasis chamber. Tech opens up the chamber, and inside is Echo. Echo is badly hurt, missing limbs, and looking like he has been dead for years, but he is very much alive, and he remembers Rex when Rex talks to him, but Echo has no idea where he is or what has happened to him. Echo is coming home. Now that the recap is complete, that was a very quick recap, but there was a lot of filler in this episode. It was very good filler, and I'll get to that here in a minute. But that was the main events that took place that you need to know kind of for the episodes going forward. But there were big things that didn't really have to do with the plot at hand, like the Bad Batch plot and looking for Echo, but they were very, very big details, and the main one was at the start, and I'll get to that here in a sec. But let's move on to that, because now you know what happened in the episode, so now we can talk about the fun stuff. So again, just like the last one, for the recap, I pretty much had a script, but this review right now, I'm just going to be talking from the heart. I have important notes jotted down, but for the most part, it's just me talking and saying what comes to mind, so I'm sorry, again, if it's a bit all over the place. But, gee, I don't even know where to begin. I guess I'll start at the beginning, and that's where I think the biggest events took place, or the big event took place. And again, it doesn't even really have to do with the plot of this arc of finding Echo, but it's very, very important stuff that any Star Wars fan is going to want to know. So I'll start off with the dynamic between Rex and Anakin. Rex wants to just get going. He wants to go find Echo. Obviously, he thinks his brother's alive, and so he wants to go find him. But Anakin is kind of asking him to do him a favor, and so he does it. And you can see that this is something that's happened before. This isn't the first time this is happening. So you're kind of curious what it is. What is it that Anakin really needs to do? And you can tell he's definitely trying to keep it a secret. So what it is Anakin goes into Rex's barracks, so the clone barracks, and Rex stands guard outside, and Anakin calls Padme. I say call, uses the hologram to call Padme, and Rex stands out front and he stands guard. So right there you can see Rex knows about Anakin and Padme, and he has Anakin's back, which is awesome. Very quickly, into Anakin and Padme's conversation, Obi-Wan starts walking up to the barracks, and he sees Rex out front, and Rex does very well. It's quite humorous, actually, but Obi-Wan is talking to Rex, and Rex is trying to cover it for Anakin. He's doing a bad job. He's doing a very bad job, but he's basically lying to one of his generals to protect another, and he is close with Anakin, but I feel like you do the same for Obi-Wan to Anakin. It's just he's loyal, and when he says he's going to do something, he does it. So he very badly lies to Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan knows something is going on. But Rex stands his ground, doesn't let Obi-Wan enter. There's a very good scene inside with Anakin and Padme where Anakin is telling Padme that he thinks Rex's feelings are getting in the way of this mission. He feels he's too closely attached to Echo to think straight. And Padme says, when you do your dangerous and reckless missions, where is Rex? And Anakin says, by my side. And then Padme says, I think that's where you should be right now. So that's kind of, I like that. Again, it shows Rex and how much he cares for Anakin. Not only is he protecting him at that moment by not letting Obi-Wan find out about his secret, keeping a secret that could destroy Anakin. And Rex knows that. He's protecting him, but at the same time, no matter what Anakin does, Rex is there. And I love that. I think most people love that. That's why they do it. And then Anakin comes out and he just starts walking away with Rex. Anakin says, okay, let's go find Echo. So they're walking away, and Obi-Wan's kind of talking to Anakin, trying to just talking to him, but Anakin's not listening. He's just walking away. And then Obi-Wan says, I hope you at least told Padme I said hello. So then Anakin kind of stops and looks at him, and that's just a huge moment, because that right there shows that not only does Rex know about Anakin and Padme and he's helping keep it a secret, but Obi-Wan also knows about them, or at least knows to an extent that something is going on between them, and he's been keeping it a secret. And so that was just a bombshell dropped, and that was awesome. So like I said, that doesn't really have anything to do with the Echo plot. There were things thrown in there, like in Anakin and Padme's conversation, but overall, that just adds so much to the Star Wars universe, because it shows that, one, Rex knows, and Rex is a bit more of a smaller character just in the Clone Wars and Rebels. If you watch the Clone Wars and Rebels, he's not a small character, but in the whole Star Wars universe, he kind of is. But Obi-Wan isn't, and Anakin definitely isn't. So it shows that Obi-Wan knew. And we know he knows at the end of Episode 3, but now we know that he at least suspects something is going on before Episode 3 even starts, during the Clone Wars. So that was just amazing to see. So that whole first 5 minutes was the best Star Wars content we've gotten in a long time, at least in my opinion, because I like that, I guess you could say drama, but that character development. I love that so much, and though that was just so great to see. And it was a bit brief, but again, it just added so much, answered some questions we have. So it was a great scene. I think it was done very, very well. But moving on from that, I spent a long time on that, but I think that was the most important part of the movie. To me anyways, it definitely was. But moving on. Once they land on Skako Minor, they run into some difficulties with the locals, and I really like how Rex and Anakin are looking out for each other. It is kind of subtle, but you can see Anakin push Rex out of danger, and then right after that, Rex picks up Anakin's lightsaber. So it's not much, but it really shows how the two of them care for each other. And as I stated previously, was outright proven at the start of the episode, but there are little things that are happening throughout the episode, and all episodes, that just show the two of them they're two peas in a pod, and they care for each other, and they're in the middle of a war, and they will die for each other. So I just love seeing stuff like that. And again, just like at last episode, they do a great job of humanizing the clones. Rex had a lot of great scenes in the last episode, and he has more in this episode, but they actually focused a lot on Wrecker and humanizing him, making him afraid of heights, and having it being somewhat of a recurring theme. So it happens once when they're scouting out Wat Tambar's city, and they're climbing up the mountain or the rock or whatever it was, the convenient scouting location. But you can tell he's kind of jittery up there, and the Clone Force 99, they kind of make a joke about it, which is good. And then you can see it again when they're about to go up the lift in the main tower where they believe Echo is. He's kind of not sure if he wants to go up, and again, the other members of the Bad Batch make a joke about it and ask him if he's okay to go up. and he just makes a sly remark saying as long as he has droids to blast, he'll be okay. And then yeah, so my next point is the droids in the Separatist Tower. I don't believe we've ever seen anything like them. I don't even know how to explain them. They're very weird. Nothing we've ever seen before. They are Separatist droids. They're shooting at Rex, Anakin, and the team. But we haven't seen anything like them. They're very weird. They're almost, how would I describe them? Almost bug-like, maybe. That to me seems like the best way to describe them. We didn't get any information on them. The team didn't say anything about them. There was no remark made on them. They just fought them like they're regular battle droids. So maybe there's nothing more to come. Maybe we have seen them before and I am mistaken. But I'll put a picture of them up on screen. You should be able to see them as I'm talking about them right now, so you can see what I'm talking about. But they're just very weird, very odd, very different. I didn't mind them. I don't know why they didn't just have regular battle droids. That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe there's something more that'll be explained. But I thought that was interesting. They're cool though. I'm okay with it. Next is my final point, and that is Echo. So we see Echo come out of the stasis chamber, and he's very hurt. Again, he looks like he's been dead for a very long time, which I guess he kind of has been. I guess the stasis chamber is keeping him alive, but he's missing limbs. He's very, very, I don't know if pale is the right word, almost blue and darkened. Like, again, just looks like he's dead. He looks like a dead corpse. But he does remember Rex. He doesn't know where he is or what he's doing or how he got there. So he has no memory of that, but he does remember. It's like his memory goes back to the Citadel. And he remembers getting on the ship, knowing they have to leave. And then that's kind of where it stops. But he knows Rex came back for him, as he's there right now. But so he doesn't really know what's going on. He doesn't know what's happened to him in the stasis chamber. It's hard to tell if that'll come later. Not so much the stasis chamber, but maybe going from the Citadel to Skako Minor. I don't know what we'll get to see. I don't know where they're going with that. Maybe it means nothing. It could just be just me. But yeah, glad he's back. It's good to see him again. Another thing I think we might see in the next episode that is going to be very heartbreaking if it happens is Echo asking about Fives and wondering where he is. Because at the point of Echo dying, or when we thought he died at the Citadel, Echo and Fives were the only two remaining members of the Domino Squad. So when Echo, as far as Echo knows, Five is still alive. So I can see Echo asking about Fives, wondering where he is, how he's doing, all these things. And then, obviously, Fives is no longer there. So that'll be a bit heartbreaking. And I imagine they'll do something like that, just, again, because this season they really seem to be humanizing the clones, especially this arc. So that'll be a great scene to have to express that even more. But on that happy note, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll continue to upload videos like this for the Clone Wars, as well as all future forms of Star Wars media, and you can expect any form of Star Wars content to become present on this channel. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and may the Force be with you.